My name is Dylan. I'm into retro video game collecting. I'm 13 years old, and I started retro video game collecting when I was about 8. It really started to kick in the following years. What makes one a true collector is knowing what you want to buy, knowing exactly what you want, knowing what sort of game you're drawn to. When you're a collector, you have to know that. You can, have as many amazing games that you love as you want, but you have to collect what you want. I look to older video games because it's something that even today can still be enjoyed.
I have begun the record. We are now filming GBR's first video.
I'm sexy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bad Unboxing. GBR, Dylan here, back with my first video in 4 years. I'm sorry for the wait. I fell asleep. Jesus! I just woke up from my 4-year nap. Sorry, it was a little bit long. Thank you. For those wondering why I haven't been active on this channel, I don't really know. It's just been kind of a mix of procrastination, not really having proper technology, and being a bit of a fuck. Can we just talk a little bit? The fact I've been gone for 4 years, and Fortnite is like the most popular game. The fuck is Slurp Juice? Have you guys ever played Fortnite? You know Slurp Juice? GameBoyReviews. Remember that thing? Yeah, remember that thing that you subbed to this channel for to see like some 13-year-old talk about some fucking Super Nintendo games? Yeah, that never happened, but I'm here now for all 972 of you, and I bet there's only 10 of you that are still active. This is Next Gen GameBoyReviews. So this is the first corner of the game room. This is exactly what you see when you come down the stairs. So I've got a bunch of amiibo lined up. It goes down the other shelf as well. I'll talk about amiibo later. Just don't buy amiibo. But first we're going to talk about my favorite game system of all time. The game system that I have the most games for, the Super Nintendo. As of right now, I believe I have 275 at least plus of Super Nintendo games. I guess I'll point out some of the highlights. I've got Earthbound, which, probably close to my favorite game on the system. My favorite game on the system, I think, is Donkey Kong Country. But Earthbound is like, I don't care what anyone says. I love Final Fantasy 3 or 6. I love Secret of Mana. Earthbound is like the best RPG on the system. I have Secret of Mana, which is a really expensive game now. Even though it's great, I don't see why it's so expensive. This whole collection was pretty much just built up on like allowance money, going to conventions and blowing it all, saving up for a year and then blowing it all at a convention. Tips for any young collectors like I was and I still am, definitely try and go to some game conventions and try and realize that you have disposable income. Like, you can blow money on video games at this point in your life. Right now, when you're like this age, you don't pay rent. You can just, do whatever you want with your money. So, Super Nintendo is my favorite collection. I won't get into it because we got a lot of game room to go through, but my favorite system of all time and the one that I have the most games for. So now we move over to the game system I think I have the second most games for, and that's the NES. The NES, obviously, is a great system. The NES is probably the most popular game system of, I guess, any of the ones that I have. It's also not that hard to get into. The NES has got a lot of really good, cheap games, a ton of interesting ones, and that's what a lot of people really like about the NES, and I like it too because it's cool to, you know, sift through, you know, a box of NES games and then, oh shit, another Bible game. It's interesting. I have a few box games, nothing huge. I don't have a ton of really expensive NES games. I have a couple homebrews. I have California Raisins, The Grape Escape, in a cool purple cartridge. Another one of the cool unreleased games that I have for the NES is Earthbound. The only problem is homebrews, hacks, mods, translations, they're usually a solid amount of money. You're gonna have to shell out way more for these than you're gonna have to for any other NES games. It's just fucking random shit. A lot of like plushies and stuff. There's some cool stuff up here. All right, so there we got a Banjo-Kazooie promotional tape for like Blockbuster stores. And here's another one for the N64 before it came out, and one that was sold in Toys R Us for N64 sports games, which was like the only reason I bought this was because Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball was on the front, because I love Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, and there's Crash. Crash is in the back. What's a game room without a lot of televisions? Some people have TVs with like a bunch of games hooked up to them at once. I don't know how to do that because I'm fucking stupid. So what I did is I just rigged up a fucking shitload of TVs. So up top, we'll start here and just work our way around. We've got a small flat screen that's connected to the Dreamcast and the Genesis. I don't play like anything on the Dreamcast because my battery is dead, and the Genesis, I don't have that many games for it, so I like never use this TV. But when I get my new Dreamcast and I start collecting Dreamcast games, oh boy, I can't wait. Down here, this big beast has been in my family for like ever. So that's hooked up to the Super Nintendo, N64, and GameCube. Only problem is this thing doesn't work that well anymore. The color comes in all crappy now. It's got a bunch of like garbage up top, at the top of the screen. So I gotta get a new one of that, and I also gotta get a new one of this. This is a tiny little tube TV, not even two, it's just like a CRT, but it doesn't have, it only comes in a mono. It doesn't come in both audio channels, but that's hooked up to the NES. My top loader modded for AV. I don't use the toaster oven NES because it is a pile of shit. The toaster oven NES is a pile of shit. I'm telling you, if you want to collect NES games before you even get any, do yourself the favor, spend the $100+ to get your top loader modded, or get a modded top loader, regardless of which way you do it. Do that. You are going to have so much more fun if you just get a top loader. That's one of the reasons I don't like the NES that much, because I played the NES games for like 4 years with a fucking piece of shit playing them. Okay? Don't play with the fucking toaster oven, okay? Don't zoom in on it. Zoom in on this fucking... and then right here, this old beast from, I don't even know, the 1970s. That's hooked up to the Atari 2600, and it still sounds fantastic. Yeah! Okay. And now the hand-me-down flat screen, that's hooked up to the Xbox 360, the PS2, the Wii, and the Wii U. Wii U. Not fuck you. I know what you're thinking. Why does this fucking idiot have the Wii and the Wii U hooked up to the same TV when you can play Wii games on your Wii U? Well, you can't play Smash Brawl with a GameCube controller on the Wii U. Here's the gaming couch. I actually hate calling it that now. This is the couch. It doesn't need to be a gaming couch, okay? Earthbound pillows. I told you I love Earthbound. I fucking love Earthbound, dude. You're gonna hear probably Earthbound music in a lot of videos. Oh wait, I just promised videos. I promise I'll make videos, guys. Don't worry. I'm not leaving. I think. So here's the N64 collection, which is probably my second favorite system. I actually am going for a complete Nintendo 64 set. I'm about 100 games away, like give or take 100. So I love the N64. I've got a lot of the great thing about N64 is a lot of the really good games are not too expensive. You can get a lot of games on N64 for pretty cheap. It just sucks because N64 now is getting pretty popular, so people who really want to collect N64, you should have jumped on it like a year ago, but you still have some time. So, highlights for the N64 collection. I guess Majora's Mask, golden cart with the holographic, what the fuck is it called? Lenticular display on the front. That's cool. I've got a lot of really good games for the N64. Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is one of the most rare, most coveted, and most expensive N64 games. It isn't crazy rare and expensive like Ogre Battle, crazy expensive like Clay Fighter 63 1/3, crazy expensive. I have Harvest Moon 64, which is getting pretty hard to find. I don't even know how hard to find it is. It's getting just expensive, but a really good game. F-Zero, Mario Party 1 through 3, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf. Like I said before, is both Zelda games. Mario Kart 64, and then sports games. I have Mischief Makers. I have Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Pokemon Stadium 2 is getting really expensive now. Mario 64, which, spoiler alert, I guess, it's my favorite game of all time. It basically always has been. So I got the original Smash Bros. I've got basically everything I need. I've got Yoshi's Story. Everything Nintendo 64 I need, I've pretty much already got, other than the 100 games that I don't have. Moving on, GameCube. GameCube was the first system I ever collected for. I've got a lot of really great games for GameCube. GameCube is another system that people really underappreciate. There's a lot of really good GameCube games you can get for cheap. Like Animal Crossing's great. It's not cheap, but it's a really good game. Custom Robo's really underrated, but expensive. People, can I just talk about this for a second? This game's actually really, really good. I really like this game. Barnyard's like a fucking action-adventure game. This game's probably like $5. Give it a chance. It may be a movie licensed game, but it's actually really good. I've got basically every Shrek game ever made for the system. I think I have all of them. Oh my god, I have all of them. The only one you need to play is this one. This is the game where he burps and farts. This is the game where Shrek farts, belches, and shits his pants, and that's why it's rated T. Why is a Shrek game rated T? I have no idea. Well, it's because he fucking shits his pants. So Shrek 2, Shrek Extra Large, Shrek Smash and Crash Racing, Shrek Super Party, and Shrek Super Slam. And I don't know why I'm talking so much about Shrek.
You need to fucking die.
And then Wii games. Yeah, the Wii is kind of boring. Wii and Wii U, yeah, who cares? Wii Sports is fun. I got basically every Mario game that matters. I'm missing a bunch of cornerstone Wii titles, but it's really not a big deal. It doesn't bother me. And then Wii U. Wii U is one of my least favorite systems. I did like the system, but it's got a lot of, it's pretty lackluster. The UI is not great. The games are kind of weak. A lot of them are pretty weak. I thought Pikmin 3 was weak, Paper Mario's weak, New Super Mario Bros. U is weak, Star Fox Zero is like a joke. I didn't like Hyrule Warriors. Super Mario 3D World is really good, I think, but a lot of people didn't like it. It's got a lot of kind of lukewarm games, and then you've got a game like Bayonetta 2, which is fantastic, and then you've got a game like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which is the worst shit in the world. Fuck that game. You know what's funny? I probably seemed like such a nice, young, intelligent, smart, interesting, cool young man when I was 13. Now I just sound like a cynical, I fucking hate everything. I say fuck a lot. I don't know anything about video games. I hate everything. It's because we're filming this at 12 in the morning. That's probably why.
Wow. Video game.
So this goes from the Nintendo Switch and then down to handhelds and into Sega Genesis. So up here is the Switch games. Switch is off to a fantastic start, including what was the best game of last year and is the best game on the Switch. I 100%ed it. Jesus Christ! Don't 100% this game. This game will give you the worst form of chlamydia. Oh my god. Game Boy Advance boxed. I have some Pokemon games boxed. I've got Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which is one of the best games ever made. That game's so fun, dude. That game's so fucking fun. I fucking love that game. Game no one knows about, Conker's Pocket Tales, which is a Game Boy Color release that was before Conker's Bad Fur Day, and it was before he was. I don't even give a shit. Hang on, I gotta put all this back together. Goddamn it. DS games. My Sims is the highlight. My Sims is the highlight, as well as Nintendogs and Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, Metroid Prime Hunter is pretty good.
I bought that recently. I heard it was good.
It's like if
it's like touchscreen first-person shooter.
If you wanted Halo on the Nintendo DS, that's what you play.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad that I want that. We got some cool multi-carts. Whoa!
Are those licensed?
No, these are illegal as fuck. And then 3DS games. 3DS is such a good system. It's so good. It's got so many good games. This is all the games I have. Tomodachi Life is really, really good. There's a lot of really good games on 3DS. And then down here is Dreamcast. Dreamcast, I don't have any games for this system. I have Choo Choo Rocket, I have fucking Crazy Taxi 2, I have Jet Grind Radio. Who cares? The best game on Genesis is Aladdin. And here's my one Saturn game. Apparently it's really, really rare. I bought it for like $5. Apparently it's like $100. Batman Forever, the arcade game. We should look this up when we're done. Alright, what was it called? Batman Forever, the arcade game.
Batman Forever, the arcade game for what, Dreamcast?
For Saturn.
That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, holy shit.
Someone's selling a pre-owned copy for $160.
Holy crap. Here's the Atari games. I really like the Atari. I haven't gotten an Atari game in like 3 years. I stocked up on Atari games like 3 years ago. I used to get them for like $1 a piece at a local game store, but that place closed down, and I haven't gotten Atari games since. Atari's a great system. Down here's PS1. A lot of great games on the PS1. I'm not a huge PS1 guy, but I've got Crash 1, which is like my favorite one. And then down here's PS2. Don't have a ton to say about the PS2. I didn't really grow up with it. I grew up with like GameCube, but PS2 is great. A lot of people grew up with PS2. There's a lot of great games on PS2 that I don't own, that I will own eventually. Down here is my Nintendo Powers. Now, don't get too excited. Even though the first issue ever of Nintendo Power is here, a lot of it is later issues from like 2008 and on. But there are some like N64 and Super Nintendo era, even some NES era, magazines down here. Up here, we'll just go to this one. More Amiibo up top. Don't get into Amiibo collecting. It will suck you dry. When you miss out on Amiibo, you feel like garbage. And when you buy them, you feel like garbage. I really hope that Amiibo die out. They're really getting on my nerves with how many Amiibo they put out. And on that note, we'll move on to PS4. Some of the notable games on... I don't know why I have both. Secret of Mana remake. Hey. Xbox. Burger King game. Where's the other one? Where's Sneak King? Where's Sneak King?
Just show them fucking Halo Reach.
Okay. Best game on the 360. This is the best game on Xbox 360. I don't care what anyone says. Halo Reach is the best game on Xbox 360. COD, MW2, COD 4. I know that there's this like, I feel like it's worn off now, but it's like, Call of Duty, they all suck.
Shadows in the Shadow.
Dude, they're Call of Duty games are good. They're not good now, but they were good. Like MW2 was great. Black Ops was pretty good. COD 4, which I don't have here. COD 4 was fantastic. I have COD 4 on Steam. COD 4 and then COD 1 through 3 are great. And then down here, where they belong, Xbox One. I don't give a single shit about Xbox One games. Most of them I got for like $20. I don't care about the Xbox One. I really need to get rid of mine. And below that, we have gaming strategy guides and stuff. If you're wondering what's in here, we've got a lot of controllers. Basically, controllers for everything. In here, we've got Genesis controller, Atari paddles, Atari keypad for programming. This is not going to fit. Dreamcast, nunchucks. There's a PS2 wireless controller down here, PlayStation controllers, a broken N64 controller, more GameCube and PlayStation controllers, Superboy, portable SNES. We've got a bunch of handhelds.
Fucking Christ.
They all suck. There's nothing to see here.
Alright.
A bunch of plugs. An old Mario book from 1980. Fucking who cares? And then a tub of garbage. Okay, what else is there to look at? Okay, treadmill of...
Alienware?
Oh yeah, PC. Here's my desk. The gaming computer.
So we just started out so professional.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
See, this is what I mean. It's like the time limit before you stop caring.
And our Discord server. What the fuck?
DM me for a link.
The fucking camera's almost dead. There's the game room, everybody. I didn't go too in depth because we're shooting this at 1 in the morning, but I'm glad. It's glad to be back.
I fucking hate you.
If you throw that at me, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Die.